Hey everybody, good morning. Good morning. This is Lorelia coming to you today. Want to talk about car repossessions and your credit. So, later today I'm going to be doing a live webinar showing individuals how to avoid being sued by a lender or a debt collector when your car gets repossessed. I don't care if it's voluntary or involuntary, but I just want to go over a few facts. What a lot of people don't know, and I always share this with people, is that there are certain rights that debt collectors and lenders must follow. There are federal laws, and then there are state laws. But now, most people are maybe familiar with the federal laws that could protect you as a consumer, but they're not familiar with the state laws. And so car repossessions, when it comes to that not only does there are there federal laws that will protect you, but there are particular state laws, and those laws are really governed by your state in terms of how lenders are supposed to treat you in the event of a in the event that you do default. What a lot of consumers don't know, and then they fall and they end up being scared, is that they know that they're unable to pay for the car. And they may have even had the car repossessed. But hey, how you doing, SR James? But what they do not know, this is what they don't know. They don't know that they have rights. So when your car gets repossessed, you have rights, and those rights are governed by the state that you live in. So you may be wondering, okay, well, what are those laws? There's a such thing as the Uniform Commercial Code. Now, every state, the laws are different. So there's no way that I would know the laws of your state. But in the law, in the state of New Jersey, there are things that a lender must do in order to collect a deficiency from you. Now, what most people don't understand is that, and this is where it gets very foggy for most people. You bought a car for $20,000. You may have paid on it and you've had a balance for $15,000. But now, when the car gets repossessed, there are other fees along with it. And there's a such thing as a bill of sale. So there's a whole calculation that must be provided to you as a consumer, that if it's a voluntary or involuntary repossession. Voluntary means that you just went and dropped it off maybe at the dealership, or you called the lender and said, well, where should I drop my car at? Involuntary means they've came to your house and that they've, or wherever they found the car, could have found it at work, could have found it at your grandmother's house, and what they did was they took the car from you. So with that being said, there are things that how should I say, accumulate, and so it must be given to you. But now keep in mind, there are particular laws of the state. Whenever things are violated, and this is what consumers don't know, when those things are violated, and keep in mind it has to go in correlation with the state, you can fight that. And that's what people don't know. See, most people just put their hands up and they just say, oh, woe is me, my car got repossessed, the lender is trying to come after me, and then they get scared. But see, what you don't know is that the laws of your state can protect you. And that is what I want to share with you. You need to learn the laws of your state. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Learn the laws of your state. Learn how you can apply those laws so you can fight the deficiency. Now, what is the deficiency? The deficiency is the amount that the lender is saying that you owe. Now, remember I said you bought the car for $20,000, you paid on it, you may have owed $15,000, but then there are costs associated with it. You need to know what makes up the deficiency. See, most people, when I ask them, and they come to me and they say, well, really, the lender or the debt collector is trying to come after me. They're trying to sue me for a car that I had that got repossessed. Excuse me. I always ask them, well, how much, what is the amount that they're trying to come after you for? You will be surprised that most consumers don't even know. All they know is that the lender or the debt collector is trying to come after them. 9 times out of 10, it's usually the debt collector. It's very seldom is the lender. You've heard me say in other videos is that most creditors, and lender in this case, they're not in the business of trying to pursue you in court. That's not their thing. Now, of course, if they're a subprime lender, they may keep it on the books and pursue you. Now, what are subprime lenders? Now, those are individuals where you bought a car from, wasn't from a known dealership where, let's just use Toyota. You buy a Toyota, you get it brand new. Financing came from Toyota Financing Company. Subprime lenders are something different. You could have bought a used car and they may have went to ABC Lending. And ABC Lending has to do, deals with people with bad credit. So their fees are higher, their interest rates are higher. And so what that means is you as a person who borrowed from them, you're dealing with them and they're a subprime lender. So a lot of times, going back to what I originally said, subprime lenders will sometimes pursue you and not give it to a debt collector. So what does this all mean? What it all means is that right now I've dumped a lot of information on you, because what a lot of people don't know is with car repossessions, there are a lot of moving parts, but you as a consumer can fight back. Now keep in mind, you have to want to fight back. Many people, and I say this wholeheartedly, most people do not want to be financially empowered to learn this. So you have to decide on what it is that you want to do as a consumer. Yes, you can easily just file for bankruptcy and hopefully, and then of course it will just go away. But what happens is that a bankruptcy is a quick fix. I'm not going to say it's bad or good. It's up to your situation. But what I will say is that eventually, and maybe sometimes down the road, whether it be 3 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road, you may face this situation again. And the reason why is because the habits, your financial habits have not changed. All you did was, hey, how you doing, Sir Sag, about to sign off. So what I would say is watch the replay. Your habits have not changed. So going back to what I said, if you are an individual who wants to learn how they can avoid being sued by a debt collector for, or should I say, a debt collector or a lender who is trying to pursue them in a car repossession, then you need to be on this training tonight. I'm going to talk about all the moving parts. I discussed some of it last week. What I'm also going to do is, hello, I sure will. Okay, well, please go to my website at www.jumpstartyourcreditbook.com. There you will be on my communications list where I will be able to stay in touch with you, so you will know when I do these trainings. I do these trainings every Sunday night. I will also be showing you a software that I'm using that has a few letters, but this is what I will say. Most people think that the software is what's going to help you. No, what the software is just to assist you. What helps you is my knowledge and expertise to navigate you through this maze, because all the information is there, but most people don't know how to seek the information. See, most people don't know that with a car repossession, and when lenders and debt collectors come after them, that there are rules that they must follow. That, like I said, like the bill of sale, there must be a bill of sale that's given to you. You as a consumer have the ability to examine that bill of sale and see if it's even fair. If it's not fair, they can't even collect on a deficiency. See, a lot of consumers don't know that. And see, that is what the software that I am going to be using doesn't tell you. The software is just it. It's just software. But my knowledge and expertise will gather and help you navigate through this. So, like I said, if you're watching this scope, please share it. Let other people know. Please give me hearts. There are a lot of people out there who are financially hurting. They need to get this information. Thank you so much for the hearts. They need to get this information because many consumers do not know. What's going to happen is that it's tax season. People are going to use their tax return and they're going to be paying debt collectors just because. And I want to put this disclaimer out there. Not that I'm telling you not to pay a debt collector. You can pay them if you want. But if your goal is to increase your credit score, you paying a debt collector is not going to increase your credit score. And you need to understand the relationship of the two. And there's not many people out there. Hey, how you doing, Kesh ATB? You know, a lot of people aren't doing that. They're not explaining to you the relationship between you paying a debt collector and your credit being increased. Because most people, and I'm gonna be very transparent. Hello, how you doing? Most people that's out there teaching this information, they a lot of times work along with the credit bureaus. It's not many of us out there who are saying the credit bureaus are not here to help you. So you need, like I said, you need to understand, you know, how this information works. Thank you so much for the hearts. But I'm pretty much signing off. Watch the replay. I just gave you some great information on car repossessions, how you can fight lenders and debt collectors to be able to not get sued by them, and share it. I know I had someone, I think it was Keisha ATB, thank you, who did share this, because people need to know this information. So like I said, to learn more about me, go to my website at www.jumpstartyourcreditbook.com. There you can get onto my communications list, get the first half of my book, and then you will get to stay abreast of when I do the trainings. I do a training every Sunday night, going to be doing one at 9 o'clock. So once again, thank you so much for the hearts. Let's get financially empowered in 2016. Let's learn how these laws work. Let's leverage these laws so we can be financially empowered. So once again, this is Lorelia. Don't forget to watch the replay. Bye-bye.